coalition against Galamsey Ghana has intensified pressure on President John Mahama, urging him to immediately declare a state of emergency in areas devastated by illegal mining. The group says the president's recent remarks on the matter fell short of the urgency required, describing his responses as deeply disappointing in the face of escalating national crisis. Convener of the group, Ken Ashigbe, says the destruction of rivers, forests and farmlands by illegal mining has crossed the threshold of what the Constitution defines as an emergency. Dr. Ashigbe insists that government's reliance on committees, statements and piecemeal actions is inadequate given the scale of the problem.
Therefore, making the following demands of government in response to the president's statement on deploying a state of emergency as last resort. 1. By Article 31(9)(a) and (b), the circumstances under which a state of emergency may be declared include the current Galamsey situation, in which the actions being taken by the environmental criminals are calculated to deprive large communities of potable water, which is an essential of life. It also renders necessary the taking of measures which are required for securing the public safety, the defense of Ghana, and the maintenance of public order and of supplies and essentials to the life of the community. This text I have written did not come from anywhere. We are paraphrasing actually a constitutional provision. We are beyond the last resort. And His Excellency, Mr. President, please, you should immediately declare a state of emergency. And again, we are very clear about it, in parts of the country, not in all of the country, not in the entire district, but in parts of the country that are required to save Ghanaians as prescribed by the Constitution. A Constitution you have agreed to uphold. The President must provide the nation with milestones and timelines to serve as a guide for continued action and demonstration of the government's commitment.
While welcoming the establishment of the Natural Resources and Environmental Security Agency, the coalition warned that without adequate funding and logistics, the initiative will be another hollow gesture in the face of widespread environmental destruction.
The President, in operationalizing the KPIs he has given to all MCEs and DCEs in Galamsey endemic areas, should dismiss any MCE or DCE who has Galamsey still happening in their district or in municipality for incompetence. They should be investigated for complicity in these environmental crimes. The same should apply to the police and the National Investigative Bureau commanders in this district and municipalities. If they are still in there representing the president and Galamsey is still happening and we've not heard them screaming out loud for support, then they are either incompetent or complicit or both. The establishment of NIMOS is a positive step, but the president must urgently provide it with adequate resources to address environmental destruction caused by mining.
Now, moving on to other stories, the Gold Board is set to brief the press at the Bank of Ghana. The engagement comes at a time of heightened public interest in the country's gold reserves, pricing and government's policy direction in the extractive sector. Now, let's cross over to my colleague, Stephen Mensah, who is live at the venue. Steve, what more can you tell us about the purpose of this Gold Board press conference?
Well, MFA, we just ended a press briefing with the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and also the CEO for Gold Board, Sammy Gyamfi. The purpose of this press briefing, of this engagement, is to present 5 Toyota Hilux cars to the Lands Ministry as efforts or part of efforts to the fight against illegal mining, and also a cash of 5 million Ghana cedis to the ministry, also as part of efforts to the fight against illegal mining.
Well, is that all? Was there any talk about gold pricing and other conversations happening in the media?
No. So most of what he talked about is the fight against illegal mining.
Okay.
The minister has been clarifying about the fight against illegal mining, the purpose of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force, Operations Secretariat, I must say,
All right.
and also the government's efforts in the fight against illegal mining.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Steve, for bringing us that update. Now.